Sit with me for a minute, because if you clicked on the Hierophant tarot card meaning love, you're not here for fluff, you're here because something in your heart is asking, is this real? Is this going somewhere? And what am I supposed to do about it? The Hierophant, card number 5, is the archetype of tradition, commitment, shared values, and the structures that hold a relationship together when the butterflies calm down. In the classic imagery, you'll often see a spiritual authority seated between pillars, blessing two followers, symbolizing guidance, vows, and love that is witnessed, named, and supported by community and culture rather than kept hidden in the shadows. In love readings, this card most commonly points to a relationship that wants to be official, a defined commitment, a clear agreement, and a mutual understanding of what we are. If you've been wondering whether someone is serious about you, the Hierophant often answers, yes, but in a traditional way. It favors stability over thrill, consistency over chaos, and shared principles over impulsive chemistry. That doesn't mean it's boring, it means it's built to last. Now, let's make this real, because you asked for proof, not poetry. Modern relationship research consistently shows that rituals and shared meaning strengthen romantic bonds, and that's basically Hierophant energy translated into science. A University of Illinois study on dating couples found that rituals, like holidays, recurring celebrations, even a couple's own Friday movie night, help partners learn more about each other, magnify relationship experiences, and can actually shift commitment to it either upward or downward depending on what the ritual reveals about compatibility. That's crucial. Rituals don't magically fix love, they reveal the truth of love by placing you in real-life situations where values, conflict styles, and family dynamics show up. So when the Hierophant appears, think, this connection is being tested through tradition, family, routine, and shared social life. The card isn't just romantic, it's diagnostic. And it gets even stronger. In a peer-reviewed paper titled Rituals and Nuptials, The Emotional and Relational Consequences of Relationship Rituals, researchers Garcia-Rada, Cesar, and Norton reported across multiple studies that couples who have relationship rituals report more positive emotions, greater relationship satisfaction, and greater commitment than couples who don't. Here's the part one really want you to hear, because it's pure Hierophant. The benefits showed up when both partners agreed that the behavior was a meaningful ritual, not just a routine. In other words, it's not only what you do, it's what it means to both of you. That is the Hierophant's lesson in love. Shared meaning creates shared reality. If one person thinks the relationship is sacred and the other thinks it's just convenient, the structure cracks. If both people agree on the meaning, now you have a foundation. So what does the Hierophant mean for you, personally, right now? If you're single, this card often suggests you're being pulled toward a partner who is safe in the best sense, someone respected, steady, and aligned with your long-term vision, someone who doesn't treat love like a game. It can also imply meeting through institutions, school, work, community groups, religious or spiritual spaces, or even shared networks. If you're in a relationship, the Hierophant says the next chapter is about definition, having the conversation, setting the boundary, making the plan, meeting the family, moving in, getting engaged, whatever official looks like for you. It's also a reminder to treat your partner ethically and lovingly, not just passionately, because the Hierophant is moral structure, love with integrity. And yes, in many traditional tarot interpretations, it can indicate marriage or formal commitment. But I'm not going to pretend this card is always comfortable. The Hierophant can also bring pressure, family expectations, cultural rules, fear of judgment, the feeling that you must do it the right way. And that's where you must be honest with yourself. Are you choosing tradition because it aligns with your values, or because you're afraid to disappoint someone? The Hierophant upright supports structure that protects love. But if that structure becomes a cage, then love starts suffocating quietly. That's why the reversed meaning is so important. The Hierophant reverse speaks to breaking with convention, questioning beliefs, and refusing to live someone else's script, especially in relationships. It can show misaligned values, boredom from practical but lifeless love, or advice from outsiders that doesn't fit your reality. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is stop performing and start telling the truth. So here's the moment where I look you in the eye, yes, you, and ask, what kind of love are you building? Because the Hierophant doesn't care about temporary excitement. It asks whether your love can survive ordinary days, family holidays, hard conversations, and future planning. It asks whether your bond has shared values, shared meaning, and shared commitment. And the evidence from real relationship research lines up with that. Rituals, mutual agreement, and symbolic meaning are linked with greater satisfaction and commitment, not because they're magical, but because they create consistency, identity, and a clear we. Before we finish, I want to offer you something respectful and sincere. Thank you for trusting me with something as tender as your love life. You deserve clarity, not confusion. And here's your takeaway: simple, powerful, and practical. If the Hierophant shows up, don't just ask, do they love me? Ask, do we share a life philosophy? Ask, do we agree on what this relationship means? Ask, are we building rituals that strengthen us, or routines that numb us? Because when love is real, it doesn't only feel good, it stands up to structure. It becomes a choice, repeated, witnessed, and protected. And if that's what you want, then the Hierophant isn't just a card, it's your green light to build love that lasts.